thought I would do a video like Fantasy Life, a Girl Who Steals Time versus Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma. I thought I'd do a video for people like myself that can't decide between like getting Fantasy Life or Rune Factory, because I very much can't decide. I feel like by the end of this video I probably will have decided on which one I want, but I thought I could help you and help myself out. So let's just get straight on into it.
A few moments later.
Because obviously it's one where they are quite similar in a lot of ways. Fantasy Life, a Girl Who Steals Time. Step into the slow life RPG where you can freely switch between 14 unique jobs called lives. Enjoy carefree life in Fantasy World. Cook, fish, shape the island to your liking, or team up with friends to battle monsters across the vast world.
Later.
Rune Factory is welcome to an eastern nation of Azuma. In this fresh take on Rune Factory, use powers as an earth dancer to restore the land, its people, and even its gods. Along the way, battle corrupting monsters, rebuild seasonal farms and villages, and form bonds with the colourful locals. Fantasy Life has come out, and the 5th of June is when Rune Factory is releasing.
2,000 years later.
It's one where we're going to start off with like character customization. You can start off with Fantasy Life, you can start off by changing your hair. Eyes, you can make them smaller, lower and closer. Eyebrows, you can make them smaller, lower and closer. You can customize like nose, face, gender, height, skin color, voice. You've got flexible customization, which a lot of games I play do have that, but it also doesn't bother me that that's not a feature. And also, I have played games that don't have character customization where that's not a thing in the game. Whereas, and it's one where the characters are kind of cutesy, whereas Rune Factory, there are 2 protagonists designed for you, which I don't mind, called Subra and Kaga. If I have said names wrong, I do apologise. We can't change how their eyes and nose and mouth. In terms of clothing, the protagonists wear the same outfit all of the time. You can upgrade your armour for better stats. We see some exclusive outfits you can buy with like real money. The set that is in the collector's edition. Armour sets in Fantasy Life are locked to the life you choose. The sets will also be gender locked at times in Fantasy Life. These armour sets will give you better or worse stats. In both games you can like change your name. I'm okay with either when it comes to character customization. Like, I feel like I'm not one of those that spends so long customizing their character. Like, I feel like I don't take that long at doing that. So now we're going to move on to like the world and the village. Fantasy Life, the art style is like very cutesy. It's a vast open world. Looks a bit like Animal Crossing New Horizons. Bright colours in the islands, whereas the desert's more nude colours. Rune Factory, it's like you're playing an anime, like soft face, bright colours, like the colours are very bright. There are 4 villages that are designated to the 4 seasons. Both art styles I like. Obviously, like the really bright colours, that obviously does excite me. Fantasy Life, to help change the landscape, you have a mystery robot that can help you. You can also build buildings, draw rivers, create ponds and pave roads. Decorate your home with different furnitures, wallpaper, flooring. You can buy these items yourself or using different lives, such as carpenter or artist. You can like make them yourself. From what we can see, you can only have like 1 room in the house. Travel between the island that has thrived 1,000 years ago and the present day island. Unravel the mystery of its downfall. Rune Factory, we might be able to customise our house, we might not. We have 4 Japanese villages that are designed for each of the 4 seasons. These villages will determine which crops you are able to plant and harvest. You can still terraform by adding bodies of water, flattering the land, adding buildings, farming plots, decor, or more. The more decorating you add gives your stats a boost. This will encourage me to decorate more because I feel like I'm not the biggest decorator because I don't feel like I'm amazing at it. Like, I'm not a builder, I'm not one of those that majorly spends long, so that could really encourage me. You also micromanage villagers, building homes for newcomers, designating what jobs to assign to them. This helps when it comes to collecting more resources. You will also rank up villagers to get the god's blessings, expand the amount of villagers that can move in. These villagers will need money, so you can keep on hiring them. Both games give you plenty of accessibility when it comes to navigating the land, fast travels in both. We get different amounts to facilitate things for us. Fantasy Life also lets us swim, climb ledges, and jump, whereas in Rune Factory you can use your parasol to like glide around. That I actually do like gliding. Fantasy Life has more of a lively town, but outside looks pretty empty. The villages do look lively. Rune Factory, we can't enter buildings that we've placed down. Some buildings have an open front so you can like look inside. Other buildings you can't see what's inside. I would have been like to have gone inside the buildings, like been able to do that. Place down and see what's inside. Fantasy Life, you can enter shops, even though they are pretty small. You can interact with the shops, which I do like. Now we're going to move into like a big one, exploration and combat. Rune Factory, there is no way to play without engaging combat. Like, combat is a big thing. Like, combat is something that really does make Rune Factory. Fantasy Life is a bit more flexible due to the 14 lives that you can join. You might be able to join one life, for some lives will require you to dabble in other lives if you want to master and succeed. If you want to be a cook, some recipes might need fish and vegetables. This means you will have to dabble in the angler life and the farmer life. You can just try being a farmer without dabbling in any of the 4 combat lives. The 4 combat lives are hunter, magician, paladin, and mercenary. In Rune Factory, you can use different weapons like bow, one-handed sword, two-handed swords, dual, banzen, talisman. You will also have a variety of special abilities to buff and heal yourself. That is good because I'm like not the best at combat. Like, I wouldn't say combat, I'm kind of like, I'm in the middle with. Like, I'm not the best at it, I'm not the worst at it. You can also dash out of enemy's attack with a perfect dash that slows down time to give you more room to execute further damage. You also have skill tree, so you can choose how you want your character to be. In Fantasy Life, you also have a skill tree for weapons. You can types is based on your combat life. Mercenary means that you have the one-handed sword. Hunter means you're going to have a bow, and paladin gives you a sword and shield. Magician grants you stuff and some magic items. Upgrading your gear and rank will make you stronger. All combat lives have special abilities. You can roll out of enemy's attack to protect yourself. Same perfect dodge. In some of these lives, you can buy and make potions to heal and buff yourselves. I like that. Like, I like the combat in like both. You can use Tailor, for example, to make gear stronger and that. Now we're going to talk about like the difficulty and the dungeons, because there is dungeons in both games. Rune Factory, you can choose from 3 difficulty levels: easy, medium, hard. Like for me, I would choose easy because I am new to Rune Factory. This is like my first game. I don't really know anything about it. I wouldn't know what the combat's like, so I probably would choose easy. Fancy Life, some bosses are difficult to defeat, but we don't know about like choosing the difficulty. Like I don't think you can choose the difficulty. Like some bosses do take a lot of grinding. The story can be played without combat. Mastering lives can be grindy in Fantasy Life. Both games do implement dungeons. We're going to be like battling enemies in dungeons and the boss. This is something that's like new to me. Rune Factory has a checkpoint system to replenish when needed, which is good. Fantasy Life has plants we can grow. We can go inside them, battle monsters. Procedurally generated dungeons. This means each run will be different in terms of the monsters and resources you can gather. In the dungeons, we can set up camp in Fantasy Life to replenish stamina, which is good. Special abilities usually require stamina. Rune Factory uses RP and SP. Excavations will keep us on our game. Rune Factory monsters will behave differently depending on the day and the night. Nighttime, more feisty enemies will be around. Fantasy Life, different areas have different rankings, which will determine how difficult the monsters will be compared to your level, and there are also shrines can visit with puzzles to solve inside to get rewards and some monsters. So now we're going to talk about companions and romance. Both games you will come across like different villagers. Rune Factory, you have 16 bachelors and 16 bachelorettes to choose from. You can romance whoever regardless of your character gender, and you can even marry them. Each character has its own backstory, which to me sounds interesting. Like I like learning about the different backstories to characters. No idea who'd romance. They will share their backstory with you, and you can come on a date with them to help get to know them. All of these candidates are voice acted in Japanese and English. These same candidates can also be recruited to go on adventures, and you'll see them follow you around. Fantasy Life, there is no romance. Villagers can make requests and be recruited to be your companion. Personally, I think the characters sound like they'll be more interesting in Rune Factory. Like, I like the idea of a backstory to the characters, but it depends on the game. Like, some games, I don't mind the dialogue because there's other things, whereas it depends. Like, some games I've played where there's not much dialogue and it hasn't really bothered me. It kind of just depends on the game. Follow you around, go on adventures. Personally, I like more of a backstory. Some can be recruited for a limited time if you are fighting these phantoms. There's some voice acting, but not as deep as Rune Factory. I like how deep they're like going into. Like you feel like you're getting to know the characters. I probably do play a lot of games where you can like get to know the characters. Fantasy Life, you can have one human ally and one pet to follow. Now we're going to talk about multiplayer and co-op because this is kind of like another big one. Rune Factory is a solo experience, which I'm not bothered about that because I play all of my games solo. You're not going to be able to play this with couch co-op or online with friends. Whereas Fantasy Life's like the perfect game to play with friends. You can play with up to 3 of them, making you a team of 4 players. You can also play couch co-op, platform games edition. Fantasy Life, there's like no physical release in the West, so keep in mind that if you are buying on the Switch, even if you're buying the Japanese version that has English, you may need a Japanese account to get some of the deluxe. items, pre-order items. You might also have to deal with customs depending on country you're based in. So the regular edition's like $60. Digital deluxe edition is $70. This game has like cross saves, which we don't see often. You can save through the cloud and then continue your journey anytime on any other device that you own the game. Just be aware if you have deluxe on one version and regular, you won't get your deluxe items unless you have the deluxe on both devices. You will need a Epic Games account and to be online if you want to save across to another platform. The digital deluxe items are like locked to that platform. It has passed, but the digital deluxe gives 3 days of early access except for the Switch. Fantasy Life is coming to the Switch too. Don't know how much the upgrade will cost. I have checked on Steam and I will just double check again now, just to see what it says on Steam about the Steam Deck. According to Steam Deck compatibility, it is Steam Deck verified. Rune Factory base price is $60. You will get the game physical edition in the West, with the game being fully loaded on cartridge for Switch 1 and Switch 2. Switch 2 base game is $70. There's the limited edition Earth Dance for limited to Switch 1. This version will give you access to. Then there's the collector's edition that this version will give you access to soundtrack, CD, and art book, a Japanese fan, Seasons of Love DLC bundle, WBY DLC costume, and the Willy Plush keychain. It's all been packaged with the game in a custom box. This set is $99. You can't really depend on like cloud saving, cloud downloading to another platform. Hope this video was somewhat helpful and I will see you in another video. Bye.